All right, but what we're going to do is I'm going to go through this program. We're going to talk a little bit about, especially if you guys are new, where to access it, the nutrition plans, just the mindset for it, and just kind of getting you guys prepped and ready to start on Monday. There are a couple girls on here who we were part of the test group, so I know we're going to have Jennifer share kind of her experience with it, just to kind of make sure that your mindset is right, some little extra things that we're going to do for fun within the group, but just kind of talk about everything in general. So if you haven't already received your materials, you're going to get some stuff in the mail. So raise your hand. Let me see your nod or thumbs up. Did you get your stuff in yet? Your books? If y'all were like, no, I just want the digital package. When I was in the test group and I printed this out, I spent so much money. So there's so much value in getting these things always printed out for you from Beachbody rather than doing it yourself. It looks better. Okay, now if you have this, make sure you hang this up. This is going to be a big deal that you are going to mark this off every single time you do your workout. There is something about when you get to that 100 day and you mark that last one off, when you finish the first phase, you can't even see me, that you're going to be going through and checking this off. So first things first, let's just kind of walk through this really quickly because I know there's some of you that are brand new who don't even know kind of how to access Beachbody On Demand, where it's at, all those kind of things. So if you are already familiar with this, then just kind of bear with me for a second. Can y'all see my screen? Shannon, I see your face. Okay, I had it up, but I'll just go here. Ignore my 1,000 tabs. That is my brain at all times. I had a clean one, but. Okay, so I access my workouts through my Apple TV. In another room, I have a smart TV, so you have to add the Beachbody On Demand app through that. And then if you're going to through your computer, you would just log into beachbodyondemand.com. And then you're gonna log in. Make sure I can, loading. Oops. And then you're going to go over here to workouts. So obviously the workouts have not released yet. What's going to happen is they're going to come out in 20-day increments. So you're just going to go right here where it says Morning Meltdown 100. You're going to have the 5 prep workouts, and then you have the 1 30-minute. Oh, look how fun that is. Y'all, she lost 40 pounds doing this workout in 100 days. Oh, and 34 inches. Is that not crazy? So you're going to go to, hold on, this is different, workout list. And so in here, you'll see this is where the sample 32-minute workout is, and then the 5 mini workouts. And then what is this? Phase 1. Oh my God, you guys, it's already there. It's already there. So that means you guys can try this out. This is not supposed to be out till Monday. This is amazing. So they're going to load, as you see, 20 workouts at a time. And the reason for that is there's multiple calendar options that you can follow. If you're brand new to kind of like adding exercise back in, if you're brand new to kind of working out, if you're still at a beginner phase, I'm going to suggest that you follow the 100-day single workout plan. Now, when we talk about workouts, this is not like, if you miss a day, you have to stress about doubling up the next day, because that's been the mindset of a lot of people in the groups that we've had before. Is they'll be like, I was sick, or I was traveling, or life was just crazy, because that happens. So I'm gonna have to double up 3 days to catch up, or do I just start over? No, this is where your mind has to shift. This is a 100 workout plan. So it is not about doing day 1, day 10. It is about doing this one workout, focusing on that one moment at that one time. So if you are like, okay, I have time to do 2 today, I really want to get 2 in, I feel really good, you can do that. So don't feel like if you have to follow one specific calendar, like that's all you can do. So the way that this works is it is in a phase, 5 different phases of 10 different workouts, and you're going to do those 10 different workouts twice within each phase. And the workouts will change every single time to be a little bit different. So you're never actually doing the same workout twice. So I thought I put a calendar in here. So what we're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I'm starting day 1 is going to be Monday, but it's workout number 1. Now, what's going to happen is, I had on the list of this, and I'm not prepared. You're going to have the different workout styles, which are, we go shut that door. Sorry, everybody's in the other room. super noisy. All right, so we have the cardio meltdown, which is just a full cardio kind of, that's day number 1. You're gonna have the upbeat strength, which is an upper body workout, core inferno, which is essentially what it is a ton of core work, total body badass, which is probably one of my favorites. It's more of kind of like a weight bar inspired workout. Freestyle flow is kind of like a yoga cardio, I don't know, stretching. Lit cardio, again, is all cardio. Downbeat strength is lower body. Fight club is cardio. That one is more kind of like the MMA style. And then there's Meltcon, which is a strength training, kind of metabolic conditioning. And then there's Revive, which is just like a stretching, active recovery day. So it'll go in 10 phases. So this is where a lot of people get confused and why I wanted to make sure I mentioned this. So it's not like you're going Monday through Saturday and then you're going to take a rest day, because you kind of have these little rest days mixed in. So let's say it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it was like the Wednesday would be core day, and it's kind of like a little less work than what you would think. So if that day you're like, okay, I'm going to add in core inferno and the next workout, you can do that and it's okay. But the next day you just pick up on workout number, whatever that is, 5. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not just like, oh, I'm doubling up and I have to skip a day. No, you still show up that day. But the workouts that work the best are the ones that you commit to. So if you are one of those that you work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you have to get your Sundays as your like, get my life together day, then you take Sunday as your rest day and you don't worry about it. You just pick up with the next workout on Monday. Now I know, and I was like a single mom and I had kids and we're running around at sports. One of those football nights, after working a full day, taking my son to football, I would have probably preferred as a Monday to be my rest day, because I'm at home on the weekends. So find the workout schedule that works for you. But here I'm going to show you guys where the options are. These are all posted in the group. I've already put these calendars up so that you can decide which one wants to work for you. I don't care which one you do. I just care that you mark that work off number off your calendar. It isn't about beating yourself up if you miss a day. It isn't about, like I have to do 2 days, I'm sick. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start over. No, you just pick up where you left off. But so here are it's the 100-day calendar with doubles and rest, the 60-day calendar with doubles and rest. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So with the 100-day regular plan, there's essentially never an off day. You even work out on Sundays, but for me, I just like to have one day of like, I know that that's my off day. I know that I can get my life together. But since I've already done one full round, I'm going to opt to do this. So this is a doubles day with rest days. So for example, you'll see that's workout number 1, cardio meltdown, and workout number 2, upbeat strength. And then on Tuesday, it's workout number 3, core inferno, workout number 4, total body badass. Does that make sense? So let's say you're doing this, but you know that like, okay, well, Wednesday I have a meeting, I gotta be at work early, so I only have time to do 1 instead of 2. Do you know what you do? You just move the next one to the next day and you just do 2 of them. But you wanna try to pair them up so that you're not doing 2 like intense workouts in one time if you're not feeling up to it, kind of that thing. So I'm talking a lot about this because there's so many different options and it's not meant to overwhelm you. These are meant to help you to fit into your schedule that works the best for you. So I am really, really excited. Now what I'm gonna do, because I like Sundays as my rest day, I'm gonna do a workout for fun of my choice mixed in with this so that I have 7-day weeks. So I'm making my own calendar out of that. Does that make sense to you guys? So I'm gonna do the 1 through 5 because it's in 10-day increments, which is why it has this 6th rest day. But I want to do these weekly. So this is going to take for me 1, 2, 3. It's going to take me like 11 weeks because I'm going to add in an extra day, right? So I'm going to do day 1, day 2, day 3, maybe on a Thursday, I'll mix in and go for a run, go for a walk, go to the pool, some other type of activity, and then I'll do the rest of them each week. And then Sunday will be my rest day. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? I love seeing the head nods. Okay, so let's go look at the other calendar. Excuse me. And then here is the 100-day calendar with doubles and rest. So this is, again, one that you can add in a rest day, but I don't know about y'all, but I don't want a rest day on my Friday. I love Friday workouts and going into my weekend feeling strong and like amazing. So again, this is just move it around to what works best for you. But the reason they kind of do this is for the cycling of what the different workout styles are that's best for you. But again, the best workouts are the ones that you show up to and commit to. So I don't really care which calendar you follow. I just care that you're following something and you're showing up every day. All right, does that make sense? So you're going to want to get your calendar up. You're going to want to get prepped. Now, this is going to be the big thing. So nutrition. This program is the first one that has come out in a while. I just have the book. Oh, that has a different nutrition guide, different from the Ultimate Portion Fix and different from To Be Mindset. It is super simple, super basic. I just posted up a picture with like a sample nutrition plan. So if you're trying to kind of still figure this out, because I'm a super visual learner, I need to see like an example of what someone's doing. And then once I see that, like I'm it, I got it. So I posted that up already. It's like a sample 1 week meal plan. But I'm going to explain to you kind of the different kinds and what the suggestions are for it. So if you got your book, if you look in here, oh, you guys can't see this because I'm really tiny. It is page 4. So it basically just has it broken down between, do I want to gain weight? Maintain weight, or do I want to lose weight? I'm going to preface this and say, if you are nursing or if you are pregnant, you're going to make sure that you are in the maintain weight and not losing. Because you generally, if you're doing the other nutrition styles, you're going to add your 500 calories back on, and it normally bumps you up a bracket because obviously you're pregnant or nursing. So you need to have an extra calorie intake. But this just has a basic plan for you to follow. And so if you're like, okay, I'm in plan A, and I'm trying to lose weight, I'm only going to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, that is how this plan works. This one is more specific, macro portioned amounts. But what it wants you to do is using only the recipes from this book. Now here is where I'm going to teach you guys my method and my style, because I am such a foodie, and I know that when I get off track, I will get really off track. And when I'm told that I'm super like restrictive, that I can't eat something, then either I follow it really good for a while, and then as soon as I can do my own thing, like I go off the deep end. So I want you guys to understand and create a lifestyle that you can love and live with and enjoy. All of these are amazing. All of them will work, but we all have different styles of eating and mindsets that we need to figure out what works best for us. Because there's some people who will follow this To Be Mindset plan. That did not work for me. That was too flexible. I'm a numbers person. I want to know, okay, I need 4 vegetables today, but I can decide what vegetables I want. I want to know, okay, I get 3 carbs today. Do I want to use that in something healthy, or is tonight going to be a pizza night? Do you see what I'm saying? So it is about creating a lifestyle that you can love and live. But now, if I know for this program, I really want to get more results, like I really want to dial it in, I have the choice to say, I don't like pizza. But if I go to a birthday party, I'm not going to beat myself up because I wanted to take that slice of pizza and I'm going to get off track. So before I go off on a tangent on that, we'll talk about that in a minute, because that is just a huge thing. I want to go through this guidebook. And I realize I'm showing you all the page and I have it right in front of you. So I'm going to go to page 4. Oh wait, it's page 4 in my book. Okay, so here it is. So it says goal, lose weight or maintain weight. So again, this is based on this macro count. So I'm pretty much always in a plan A, but I know that when I did another program, I did 80-day obsession, I was in plan C because I was trying to also build muscle. So this is, understand, just a guideline of what to follow if you're going to do this plan. And then what you would do is you go through, and it tells you breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you go through the recipes that are in here. I'm trying to show the book, and it's like right here in your face. So you would go through, say, here's the recipes. I'm going to go pick out what my breakfast ones are for the week. And you guys, how good does this freaking look? I think I'm going to make that one. But you can all use these for the portion fix. So if you go down to the bottom, it also shows you your containers if you're using the portion system, or a To Be mindset. So I want to make sure that you guys, can I get a thumbs up? Are we good on this, understanding how this plan works? So if you're on, the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you get a snack, really the only difference between plan A and plan B are the snacks. If you're hungry, eat a damn snack, okay? It's fine. Pick a good choice though.
I was going to say, can I jump in and talk about that real quick?
Yeah, here, Jamie's going to talk.
So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this is so many containers. I can't get all my food in. Here's the thing is you need to start going for your protein, your red container, and your green containers. Because if you're eating all your carb containers and making sure your blue containers are done, and even your fruit containers, and you're saying you can't get in all of your containers for the day, then you're not giving your body the nutrients that it actually needs to like fuel your body. So if it's a lot of containers at first, your body will get used to it. You'll eventually want all those containers, but make sure that your main focus is those green containers, which are vegetables, and red, which is protein. I hope that's okay to say.
Definitely. And that's always what we say is when people are like, oh, but I can't eat it all. But yet you're not eating your proteins. And it's like she said, it's like you're 2 proteins short and 2 greens short, but you ate all your carbs first. If you follow the 2B mindset, it is a different philosophy. It is water most, veggies first. You drink a ton of water, which you should do anyway. You eat your veggies first, and that is your biggest kind of like portion. But it is a mindset. But for me, it was like you can have seconds and you can have the treats if you eat more veggies. So what did Lori do? Lori went and ate more veggies so she could eat another treat. And I'm like, okay, this is defeating the purpose. So for me, it was I need more structure. So I love the 21-day fix plan. Now, here's the thing. They have updated it so that it is now called the Ultimate Portion Fix. And not everyone has access to that. And I didn't want everyone to feel like they had to sign up and buy something else to follow this plan. So I'm showing you a hack that you can do to save your life. If you are in our challenge tracker, there's a portion fix book that I already had saved and downloaded to my computer before they removed it to upload to the Ultimate Portion Fix. You can access that. I think it's also in our challenge group. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to 21-day fix. You're going to click on program materials. You're going to go to nutrition. Oh, look, eating plan right there. This is basically the same thing as Ultimate Portion Fix. The difference is Ultimate Portion Fix is so much more in depth. It's so much more in detail. It is so worth the cost. I will say that. So if that is something that you are really struggling with is nutrition, I highly, highly recommend it. But it is going to be overwhelming with a new workout program and a new nutrition program, trying to get all the things in. Do that when you're ready to do it. For now, you're going to go into this 21-day fix eating plan, which is the exact same thing as the portion fix book I have. And you're going to go and calculate right here. And I think I posted these in her group too. This is how you kind of figure out where you need to be. It is taking your weight, multiply it by 11, that is your caloric baseline. Then you're going to add 400 calories, basically because that's if you're maintenance, hold on. Oh, add 400 calories, and that's basically adding back in for your workout. And that is if you were just trying to maintain, you would stay there, or if you're trying to gain weight, you would not do the next step. If you are expecting or if you're pregnant, you would stay there as well. But if you're trying to lose weight, you would take that maintenance calories and you would subtract 750, because that is how weight loss occurs, is by a calorie deficit. And that would put you in your target number. Now, sometimes your number is going to come out really below the chart. So that means you would be in plan A. Now, I'm going to say this again. This is all just this isn't like definite, like you have to be there, because I know Autumn for a fact eats in plan C. As tiny as she is, her calorie would come out into plan A, but that's not enough food. You have to kind of figure out, is your metabolism one that burns faster? Are you trying to lift weight and build lean muscle? Are you already in really great shape? Are you doing extra workouts? So this is just kind of like a baseline to help you figure out where to start at. Which bracket are you in?
I'm always, most of the time, either in the second to the lowest or the lowest. And there's very rare days that I actually get in all my containers.
Plan D or E, right?
Yeah, depending on the program, because some of them don't go that low. But I do want to give you guys a tip. So when you're looking through the containers and you're like, oh my goodness, that's so much food. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Load your shakes up. Mm-hmm. Put, there you can do like hemp for your orange container. You can do hemp seeds. You can do chia seeds. Use some of your teaspoons for peanut butter or almond milk. Use spinach because it makes your shakes creamier. You can't taste it. Use some frozen fruit. Like I usually make my shakes like 7 containers worth, and it keeps me full and I don't have to actually physically eat the food, and I'm super satisfied.
Yeah, and that is perfect. And so again, it's one of those things where a lot of people are like, oh my God, it is so much food. But you guys, this is where the struggle comes from, and where you don't see results from is your body. If it is in a starvation mode, you're going to lose some weight, but it's not going to be at the rate of which you could if you were actually feeding and fueling it with the correct and proper nutrients. What will happen, especially if you're not used to eating a lot, and then all of a sudden you start in this program and then you start eating a bunch, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm gaining weight. It's not working for me. No, it's working, but you've been starving your body for so long that now it's like, give me all the food. I'm going to hold on to it. So you have to find that, just trust the process and the system. And this is where we're going to ask you, when you say, I'm not seeing results, the first thing I'm going to ask is, what are you eating? Have you been logging your food? And then I'm going to ask you to send me the food that you have been eating so we can go through and discuss it and see, okay, maybe we need to tweak some of the options. Maybe you're choosing maybe you're choosing from the lower list, which is what I'm about to come back here and show you, than from the higher, better options. So when you go through and what you're trying to figure out, so the reds are you guys, if you didn't get these containers, you can order them. They're $10. So if you guys see, it comes in a little container system. They're $10. Some people added them in, not everybody. Some people already had them. So worth it. And this is not to make you live on these for life, but this is to help you learn portion sizes, because you'll be like, this shit is small. And then you fill it up and put it on your plate and you're like, holy crap, that's a lot of food. And so this changed my life. And I'm telling you guys, you have to trust it. And I just use these kind of in the beginning. I use them when I'm portioning food or when I'm meal prepping, but I don't always put every single thing in here. I know now that, I can't get my chat to work. I know now that if I'm trying to pull out a handful of like grains, what I normally pull out to stick in the container and what fits in a bowl. I'm kind of used to that already. We'll just read that and come back to those. Okay. But this is just to help you get a guide. Now, what I love about this is you can make this work for you based on your schedule, on your lifestyle, your food choices, your options. The first couple days, if you've never done this before, it can be a little frustrating and overwhelming. So I suggest you sit down with a meal plan. Once you get your bracket, you kind of go through and you'll write down. I suggest to start kind of like with the base of, these are my proteins. This is what I'm gonna eat at this time of the day. And then you kind of just add in your foods based on the time. And then when you are left over, a lot of times if you're hungry at the end of the day, it's because you were missing something. And it could be just be as simple as a spoonful of peanut butter. But like, if you didn't recognize and you didn't know what containers you were needing, you would be like starving. Like, why am I so hungry? There's been so many nights where I've been like, yes, a spoon of peanut butter. Do you guys know how amazing that is? So anyways, if you're looking at a list trying to decide, well, what foods do I pick from? So let's go, veggies isn't really fun. Let's go to the fun one. We're going to go to the carbs, right? Because those are the best. Now, if you're always picking tortillas, bagels, English muffins, pancakes, waffles, pita bread, all those things at the bottom, you'll still get results. They still count. It is still something that qualifies. But will your results be as good as someone that's eating a sweet potato, plantains, or lentils every day? Probably not, because they're choosing the more nutrient-rich, the more lower calorie options that are better for you. So you can make this work. But when you're like, why are her results better than mine? Girl, you're eating tortillas and tacos every morning, okay? Let's make a little sweet potato hash, switch it up a little bit, or just, make better options. So I just want you guys to recognize. But you know what's cool is when you're not like, you're like focused on a certain goal. If you're just like trying to live life, you're living, you're fine. And it's all in moderation and in your meal plan, right? Okay, so.
Can I talk about tracking real quick?
Yeah, one thing I want to say about it is y'all know that you can have alcohol, wine, and chocolate on this plan. So in here, it also talks about that 3 days a week, you can swap out for a treat. Now, here's my thought process on this. I don't remember where it's at in the book. Oh, here it goes. I don't know about you, but for me, eating dried apple rings is not really a treat. Neither is a, what else is on here? Dried apricots. Just going to say. So let me tell you my thought process. I'm going to choose the beer. What is this at the bottom? The hard alcohol, the wine. I'm going to choose the pizza slice. I'm going to choose the extra tortilla chips. Okay. So that's what I'm going to choose. But if you're, and I'm saying this because I want you guys to recognize, like, when you understand the concept of the nutrition and the food and kind of what bracket it would fall in, you can prepare yourself to go to a party and be like, oh my God, I can't eat anything. I don't have my containers with me. No, like, you're going to understand, okay, I know that pizza is a yellow. I know that all this chips is a yellow. But those little hot dog weenies over there, that's a protein. I mean, it's not the best, but that's a protein. Okay, so we got meatballs with ketchup and the little sauce thing, you know? So that's another one. So I'm giving you a serious party example because this is where I struggle the most. So that's what I do is I'll scope out all the food and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to load up on the veggie tray. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of protein. So maybe instead of making a whole hamburger or a whole hot dog, I'll just eat it without the bun because I really want the Doritos with the queso on it. So I'm going to count that as my carb for my yellow and my blue because cheese is considered a blue. Is that the best options? Hell no. But is that still technically on my plan? Am I still in my portion controlled amount? Yes. And do you know what? I will walk away from that party feeling no regret, feeling no shame, and I'm continuously on track and I'm moving forward. So do you guys see it's not about like restricting yourself? Because prior to that, or if I'm like living my best life, it would just be Doritos and queso, and that would all be on my plate, and that would be it. And then I would leave with the worst stomachache like I did this party last night because I'm like, I'm about to start a new plan on Monday. So I want you guys to understand, like, and that's why I keep stressing on this because nutrition is, I'm going to say 90. I don't care what people say, they say 80, especially as you get older. It's like 90% of the results that you get because workouts could be limited. You could be modifying. You could be half-assed doing it. You could be just not feeling it. So nutrition needs to be the biggest piece of what you're doing. You can never out-train a bad diet. Okay, Jamie wanted to talk to you guys about tracking. We're going to show you guys some of that stuff too.
Well, I was going to just show them, but okay, so there's apps, 21-Day Fix apps that you can download on your phone. It doesn't, even though we're not doing 21-Day Fix, you can go in there.
No, it's called the Nutrition Plus. It's the Beachbody.
They changed it. Okay.
It's the Beachbody Nutrition Plus app. So once you figure out your portions from that portion fix guide, you would just kind of put them in here for what you need to eat. And then you can add in your food, your water, your goal weight. I just totally cut you off. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah. So that helps you keep track of all your meal plans. So if you're searching, it is for Android and Apple. So if you go through, you look for just Nutrition Plus, you're going to want to download and save that. You also want to make sure you have the My Challenge Tracker app as well as Beachbody On Demand. I know it's a lot of apps, but it's worth it. I promise.
And I personally don't, well, you can tell I don't use that app because I didn't even know the name changed. But it's just another app for me because I'm focused on like getting in the challenge group, posting my pictures, posting on social media. So for me, that doesn't work. So I actually have a book that I had made, and it is, you have that? I have a book that I had made that with the things that I wanted to track. So my water, my weight, and the containers for the day.
You guys, I made this guide. I made this from scratch with my little hands, and then come to find out it's basically the same tracker with like Transform 20. It's kind of like similar to the Portion Fix. So this is in our file section, but this is like, I'm a pencil and paper person kind of too. I just printed it off in little spiral things so that I could carry it around and keep track. Find what works for you. This is the big thing. If you are a digital person, you might love this app. Like if you're one of those that uses that calorie thing online, I can't think of what it's called.
MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, but if you're like a pen and paper, write it down. Write it down. Like tracking is going to be so, so important.
And you don't have to get a fancy book like that. You can literally take a piece of paper, which I do a lot because I forget my book all the time. So I take a piece of paper. It could be a piece of scratch paper, whatever. And I literally write green, purple, red, yellow, blue. And I will mark the boxes of how many I get. So usually it's like 7 green containers. I will straight up put 7 squares, and I will knock it off every single time I fill a container because I know that's what keeps me on track. If I'm not writing it, I know that I'm guessing, and I know that that's not going to bring me the results that I need to see.
Yeah.
So
now,
side note of that.
Speaking of book, okay, so that's the thing, is figure out what method of tracking works best for you and stick to it. Doesn't matter if it's a sticky note, doesn't matter if it's an app, doesn't matter if it's a booklet, like just decide on one and commit to that. Give it a couple days, be like, this isn't working so well, I'm going to do the app, or I'm going to do whatever. Set reminders in your phone to do that. Nutrition Plus, yes. It'll be like a little plus sign, and it'll have like a yellow, like an orangish kind of like circle-y Beachbody logo. When someone said, how do you track your sleep? I was using the Sleep Cycle app, and I was just doing it more to find out if I was getting in a deep sleep or not. Otherwise, yeah. Oh, and Shannon says she tried the alarms too, but didn't have the food and ignored them. So we're going to just set reminders in our phone for just say, hey, plug my food in. Do it at like 3 o'clock, because if you can kind of do it midday where it's that afternoon, you can still remember everything you've eaten for the day. It'll be a little bit easier. I have the app reminder for my challenge tracker to log my workouts and my shake every day. And sometimes I do it there too, but I'm pretty good. Now, while we're talking about books, this B100 book came, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. In the test group, I didn't do it. And it took me a while, like why I don't like journaling. I buy a million journals and I try to start and I get through day one and I stop. And I finally realized that it's because of something that happened as a child. I had this diary, my parents read it. It was just like not good things that came out of it. And I think I've just been afraid of doing it ever since then. But I am committing to this, and I'm going to do this every day. And so one big thing that she is, real big about is that as soon as our workout's over, taking 100 seconds for you to grab this journal out and write through it, because you're going to have a lot of things that will go on during the time frame of these 100 workouts. That's 3 months. A lot will happen. A lot of life will happen. A lot of frustrations, a lot of bad days. There's going to be a lot of great days. But if you can write them down and just focus on the things each day, like talking about what your commitment level was, something positive, giving yourself a positive affirmation for the day, you know, whether you're committed, when did you work out? And then you can go back and look at all these and kind of be proud of yourself. And so there's different things in here if you haven't looked. It's like the 100 seconds. And then it has a tracking thing. Like you print your picture out if you really wanted to, but at least putting your info on your weights, your inches, you know, your updates, things like that. And we didn't have this cool little book. I had to print this out. So maybe this will motivate me more. But to me, I want to challenge you guys to do this, to take the time for you, because personal development is another huge piece of what is going to happen. Because not only are we focusing on changing your mindset with nutrition, changing your body with your fitness, but changing your soul, like your inside, just how you feel about everything that you're doing. Because while I've had amazing physical transformations, just the personal side of it for me has been far greater. So Jamie's going to talk about something a little bit extra challenge. If you guys want to participate in that, you can. It is not required. But I decided that I'm about to be super selfish in this journey, because I always will wake up, I go with intentions of doing my workouts, and then I go into that pit of checking my messages. And I'm like, oh my God, they need me right now. Y'all don't need me at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's just me thinking you do. So I said, no, I'm committing to myself. And the last time I did this was when I did the Country Heat workout program. And I just fell in love with everything all over again. It was very hard to commit to press and play at 6 a.m. I would be tired. There's days I didn't want to, but it was the most fulfilling experience that I've had. And I can't tell you how long. So I'm committing to that. That is why I said, hey, we're going to work out together at 6 a.m. because if I have to commit to you guys showing up, I'm going to do that. And then I'm not going to get on my phone until I've finished my workout. I've done my book. I'm moving all of my personal development stuff upstairs, so I'm not even by my computer, which is what sucks me in. And I'm telling you all this because I'm like, maybe you need that change too, and you want to add that in. It's not a requirement, but you talk about that book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have it or no?
No, I still need to order it.
Okay. So if you guys follow me on social media, then you know that I have like a daily devotional. If you don't, that's totally fine. I'm going to just break it down really quick. I have committed to doing 100 Days to Brave. It's a 100-day devotional. And I think it would be very cool to see some others in the group doing it along with me. It's like a 3-minute read. It is faith-based. It is Christian-based. Just going to throw that out there. So like, it's not a must. You don't have to, but if you wanted to get a little bit of encouragement in your morning before you press play, I usually take my Energized and I'll sit down and I'll read this, and then I'll journal or do whatever by the time my pre-workout kicks in. But it's, usually a story, and it connects you and it really makes you think. And it's kind of those things where you see those quotes if you're struggling with something and you read it and you're like, oh my gosh, I needed to read that today. It's like how every single day goes. And it's like, oh my gosh, like you didn't even know you needed to read that until you read it. And it just gives you kind of a little thought for the day. So I will post the book that I'm personally going to do in the group, and the link to order it on Amazon. You can choose any book you want. Doesn't have to be this one specifically. Doesn't even have to be 100 days. I'm just pairing it because I think it'd be cool to be like, I did this every single day, every time I did a workout, and I'm going to finish that book, kind of like the whole journey. Like, I'm going to finish this book when I finish all these workouts. So look for a post in the group. I'm going to make that right after this call.
Okay, and then we have, there's a bunch of us that are actually running this group. So here's the other thing I want you guys to understand. We have expectations of you, and that is that you're going to be the biggest cheerleaders to everyone else in this group. You don't understand what everyone is going through at the time, and the fact that you just said, good job, girl, way to show up. That person could have just not wanted to work out, and it was just the biggest thing for them to show up to. So by us encouraging and lifting each other up and being each other's cheerleaders, are going to also be what's going to encourage those that kind of started to fall off to come back in. Groups don't work without interaction and without commitment. And sometimes I'm the worst about posting myself because I'm so trying to make sure everybody's there. But show up. Let us know you got your workout in. Let us know that if you weren't feeling it that day and you're like, y'all, I'm struggling. Like, I got to do this. And you'll find someone else that's like, girl, I haven't either. Let's go. Let's go get on live. Let's go do it together. Go take your pre-workout right down. Comment back. So I want you guys to know, lean into this group when life gets hard, because it will. You will never find more encouraging, supporting people in your life, of people that want to see you succeed and win, especially if you have no one at home. Because I went through that. They did not support me, but they sure weren't like encouraging me to go get my workout or eat right. It was always like, hey, where do you want to order pizza tonight? Who says no to pizza? So when you're feeling that way, lean into this group. Now, I know that there are, we have several of our leaders that are helping run this. And if you're here, you're part of either like my downline of coaches, or you're a customer of one of those coaches. We're all a family. We're all here to support each other. So you're going to hear tips and posts from so many different people. And if you have something that you feel like is a great tip, is a great recipe, is a great, quote, share it. Share it. We don't know everything, right? This is a community, and we want you guys to make sure you understand it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And that's what this group is going to be all about. So I'm trying to find Jennifer. So we had several girls in here that were part of the test group. It was Helena was one, Jennifer was one, I was in it. Where are you, Jen? Just unmute yourself. Oh, there she is. I can't hear you though.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can y'all hear her? Someone give a thumbs up.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Okay. So I just asked her to kind of share, because she kind of jumped into this. She works full time. I'm just going to let her kind of share a little bit of her experience and just, the group and how she made it work. And then if you guys have any questions, start typing those in so that way we can kind of cover those. And that way we can send you off to do your prepping, your planning, and getting ready for starting this. And we're going to talk about one more important thing after this, so don't leave it off. And that is, I'm not going to tell you actually, because I want you to stay on to listen. So, okay, Jen, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, so I was part of the test group, and I was pretty scared, pretty intimidated, probably how you guys are feeling right now. Like 100 workouts is just something so huge to commit to. So if you guys have any questions, just type it in here and then I can answer them. But I'm a full-time accountant, so I was working 40 hours a week, and I loved how these were just 20 minutes, so short. And what I did is, I don't like working out after my work. So what I do is I work out in the mornings. It's just something that I committed to. there's no way that I'm going to work out after, because I have so much energy after the workout that what am I going to do? I need to go to sleep within an hour or two. So why would I work out after work? So what I did was I began working out at 5:30 in the morning every day, and I noticed that I wasn't getting my weekends off. And I love how the calendar is just super flexible. So what I did, like Lori said, you can just, keep going day one, day two. But what I did is I stacked Fridays and Saturday and Mondays so that I can have that Saturday and Sunday off. But it was super flexible, and I'm still working out at 5:30. It was something that I implemented. It was something so easy, and something that's really helpful is that I am working out with my group of girls. Like, I was doing it by myself, and then Mercedes tagged along, and then a couple girls joined in. So it was super helpful in having, like, showing up for you guys. So I don't know what else to go over with my 100 workout test group. What else?
I know Helena too. She went through like a lot of life. Helena, do you want to talk anything about that? I know she was out with her kids earlier. Let me see.
Oh, she muted herself.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys. So yes, a lot of life happened for me. So I work full time. I'm a nurse practitioner. We got 2 kids, 2.5 years old, 7 years old, and is in the military. And our days are long, and then they get short. As soon as you get home, you don't have enough time. I really struggled with the early morning workouts. I'm typically a night owl, so I would get my workouts in the evenings whenever I got home. But I will tell you, the last about 6 weeks of the program, maybe it was like the last 5 weeks of the program, my son, he got really, really sick. And what I love about these workouts and what I love about this super trainer, Jericho, is that she reminded us that it didn't have to be that, whenever we missed a workout, that we have to feel crazy guilty and that we have to stack up 4 workouts. You just keep going. You pick up where you left off and you keep going. And so I guess I started thinking about how she got emotional whenever she was just saying, life is going to get hard. It is going to get hard. It's not going to be easy. This is like for the next 100 days. Your son is going to get sick. Something is going to happen. I'm not wishing bad things, but life is life, and we have to figure out how to adjust to it and adapt and keep going, because we are important too. So I really want to share that with you guys, that, it's going to get hard, but the biggest thing is to make sure that you lean in. And this can be whatever you want it to be. It can be life changing.
Love it. Yeah, and that's, again, one thing I had to really change my mindset in this, kind of like to that exact same thing of, okay, it's workouts. It's not, this is my workout this day. It is. And what I love is that it's a different workout every day. I really never could remember. And so it always made things kind of like new and, surprise, I'd be like, I don't know what it is. So print those calendars out and just, again, use that as the baseline for figuring out what works best for you in your life, with what's going on. And you guys be excited. So I posted that picture up. You're going to find the little picture that's like her that says, I committed. And I want all of you to take sign it, whether it is digital and you just post the digital copy, whether you've printed it off and you're smiling with it. I want you to put it up somewhere next to your calendar, because I want you to look at it every day and say, I committed to this. I committed to me for 100 days, 100 workouts, however you fit your schedule in. I'm putting myself first. And a lot of times as moms, just as women, as business owners, as whatever it is you have in your life, we will be on the back burner. We take care of everyone else first. But it is the most selfless thing that you can do by filling your cup and being the best version of you. So that way you're not giving everyone your leftovers at the end of the day. You're not just giving everyone what's left of you. You're giving them what's best of you. You'll be your happiest. You'll be your healthiest. You're going to be your just best emotional state. And then when life comes up, you are so much more prepared and ready for it than you ever would be, and you can get through it a lot easier, okay? So the other really tough thing, before pictures. I know we hate them. I know we don't like them, but everyone needs to do them. The ones that don't, you always come back and tell me, oh, I regret it. I wish I would have taken my pictures. So here's what you're going to do. If you're in the Fit Habits for Life Facebook group, if you click on the unit tab, there, it might say social learning units. They keep changing it. There's a video to tell you exactly how to do this. I've changed how I do them. So now we just prop a video up. You're going to hold a pose. You'll stand here like this. You're going to hold it for 5 seconds. Like this. Hold it for 5 seconds. You're going to turn to the side. Hold it for 5. Hold it for 5. Turn it. I always add a little flexing pose just because I want to be cute and be like, let me see if my muscles came out. So you're going to do that all the way around. After your video, you just pause on the pose that you are, and that's why you're holding it for 5 seconds. You're going to pause on that pose, and you're going to print screen it. Screenshot, now you have your picture. Because we don't always have people to take our pictures. So you just prop it up somewhere that is basic background, good lighting, and you're going to want to put clothes on. That'll be like your workout clothes, do a bikini. I want you guys to find something that does not fit you, that you want to get back in, whether it's a pair of jeans for the fall, your favorite skinny jeans, you have a certain dress that you love. Maybe there's just like a cotton t-shirt dress that you're like, man, I love this, but you know, that little pooch down there has got to go. Put those on. I want you to take multiple pictures, and this might be like your worst nightmare moment. I swear to you, this will be like your favorite thing as you go through the progress. Because what will happen is when we get through the ends of phases, halfway through, I'm going to say, okay, grab that outfit that you took a picture of, that pair of shorts, see if you can get them on. I didn't do this much in the beginning because I was more kind of in surgery recovery mode, that I wasn't trying to get results. I was just trying to be able to move my body again. But I know there were so many girls in the test group that could only get a pair of pants on one leg, and by the end of it, they were able to get the shorts all the way on. So it is so much more progress than just weight. There is just how your clothes fit, how they feel. For me, I don't lose much weight anymore. It's just my body will change the shape, and I'll lose inches. So you're going to go through that. And then the cool thing about the video is that at the end of this, you're going to put those two videos side by side. Mind-blowing. It could be completely mind-blowing. So there's a video in that. I know we have some, I think, in the file section if you're just in the app as well, but I'll put a link up for that as well. And you're going to take those pictures, and you might be hurting. I can remember doing these. I was upset. My face was like, who is this? Like, how did I get here? And I want to encourage you guys, you're saying goodbye to that person. You're saying, I'm committing to a new me. I'm committing to a better me. And I cannot wait to get my next set of pictures to compare these at the end to say, look at how far I've come. This was hard for me every time. And if you look at my before pictures and a lot of when I had just let myself go, it would just be like pain and hurt in my eyes. And you have to be the one that says, I'm going to get through this. You're the only one that can change your life. You know, people will come to us all this time and say, oh my God, you changed my life. No, we're just here to support you and encourage you along the way, because we're going through this just as you are. You're the one doing the work, and we just want to help you to get there, to be the best version of yourself that you can be. We want to teach you how to love yourself even when you're not at your best, because it doesn't matter if you're a size 22 or a size 2. You have to learn how to love yourself where you're at in this moment, because if you don't, when you get to that size 2, you think all your problems are going to be solved, you're still going to be hurting just as much on the inside. So it is learning to love yourself. The confidence that you're going to get from this through the process of doing your workouts, committing to yourself, like, it won't matter. You will lose 5 pounds and be like, oh my God, I showed up for 100 freaking days. I've never done this in my whole entire life. Life is about to change. I'm doing the next program. And that could be the one where you see the weight loss. So this isn't about a weight change. This isn't about inches on a scale. This is about you just committing to you. And then whatever happens is a bonus. This is not a 21-day done program. That's what I hate about doing these. People want one program and then they think you're done. This is a lifestyle. This is something that you're going to do for the rest of your life, to being healthy, being active, being committed. Oh my God, you guys are crying. But yes, like, that is how like emotional it gets. And when you are feeling at your deepest, darkest pit, which I have been many times in my life, it is programs like these and groups like these that changed my life. So you guys, I need you to commit. I need you to sign the paper. We need you to show up. We need you to participate. We need you to encourage. Like, we're going to put a post up that has everybody's like Instagram names. If you want to follow people, if you want to become friends, like, do it. You will make some of the best, most amazing relationships in life. And I don't care if you are a coach or not, share your journey. You could be the light to someone else that says, oh my God, they have been so committed. And if they can do it, I can. My coach wasn't the one that made me want to sign up. It was another girl that I followed that was my social media best friend. She didn't even know it, but she had just had a baby and was just sharing her workouts. And I followed her from start to finish. Her son was a couple months older than mine. But I was like, oh my God, it worked. I didn't sign up with her. She never invited me, but I knew that it worked because I saw her. She was the light into my life. And you know what's funny? Is she ended up being a dancer on stage at our top 10 Beachbody coach celebration one year. And I had to go find her and say, you changed my life because you showed up and shared. I believe that I could do it too. So I think that made me cry. You want to say anything?
Yeah, actually I do want to, of course I want to say something else. I always want to say something. But for those of you, maybe this is your first workout program in a long time. Or maybe you're coming off a different type of program, it's okay to modify because guess what? You're still moving. So when you say, well, I worked out today, but I just followed the modifier, don't discredit yourself. I have to modify a lot of the jumping moves because this is a lot of weight to move up and down and it hurts. And I'm not going to physically hurt my body to try to do a move that I'm not capable of doing yet. So when you are getting discouraged because you can't do those jumps and you can't be up in the air like Jericho, like hair swinging and all, know that you're doing the best you can, but try before you modify. If it's something you know you can't do, don't do it. But if it's something you're scared of because you're not sure if you can do it, try it. And if you can't do it, then knock it down once. There's two different modifiers, one that takes out all of the impact, and then there's one that just kind of lessens the move, maybe takes it a step down. So you have options. Don't discredit yourself. Don't get discouraged because I bet you from day 1 to day 99, even day 100, you're going to notice a huge difference in your mobility and your endurance and what you're able to do and what you weren't able to do in the beginning.
All right. I don't know if Denise is on here or if anybody else. Does anybody have any questions?
Clarissa's on.
I don't look at Clarissa all the way in Hawaii. I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. Does anybody else have any questions, any comments? You just want to say a word of encouragement. You just want to be like, I'm struggling. Y'all better check on me. Like something. If not, then I'm going to let you guys get back to your Saturday. I don't see anyone. I just know I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see your committed picture because I'm going to make our group page cover out of that. So make sure that you take your picture. If I committed, I'm going to print mine off. We're going to do that in a minute. Then put it on your wall, get everything hung up. Then we're going to start working on actually making some meal plans. We have tons of things in the file section of our Fit Titles for Life. So if you're not in that Facebook group, there's so much content info in there that's helpful. But start working on a meal plan. And I'm committed. I'm the worst at making dinner. So I'm going to be going all in this weekend trying to get ready for it. And just let us know what you're doing, how to do it. Tomorrow is going to be before picture day. And you're going to have to post it, at least in the challenge tracker app so that you have it for you. I know you're probably not comfortable posting it in the group, but we're here to support each other. This isn't about anything else.
I was just going to say, because I think there's like 6 of us coaches who are adding in all of our challengers and coaches into this group. Just because you signed up with Lori doesn't mean you can't ask me a question. And just because you signed up with me doesn't mean you can't ask Helena a question. So find the coaches. It'll show next to our names who's a coach and ask us. Call us out. Maybe tag all of us because what I'm going to see is going to be different from what Lori's going to see. So don't hesitate to reach out to the coaches. If you have a question about the program, go to Jen or Helena or Lori because they've done this. So they can direct you in a better way than I can because I haven't done this program before. So don't be afraid to ask questions and ask in the group because if you have that question, probably you're not the only one. So you can text us, you can personally message us, but if you feel comfortable, post it in the group so that you can get multiple different opinions, and maybe help somebody else who's not, who's scared to ask and needs the answer too.
Yeah, and when I tell you guys, this is like a family, like we're all connected in some way. And I'm being really serious about that. So don't hesitate to talk to and reach out and connect with anyone. I was gonna say one more thing. If you're not in the Challenge Tracker app, if you look in the App Store, it'll say My Challenge Tracker and you want to be, we'll add you to that. We do both because there's a lot of people who don't use Facebook anymore. And so that's why we're doing kind of like both. The Fit Habits for Life group may not be Morning Meltdown 100 focused, but it's still gonna be your regular daily dose of encouragement and support. So you'll have both. You could post both options. I prefer doing the My Challenge Tracker app because that's how I keep up with myself a lot of times too. So I feel like we're just going to ramble if we keep talking. Any other questions? This was recorded. I will put this back up. Once it's uploaded, we'll share it in both groups so you can go back, or if you know people that missed it. And if you have questions, reach out and ask us. Okay,
That's it.
Anything else? Make sure we didn't miss any questions. Yep, Stephanie, we got you, girl. So if y'all didn't know, Stephanie had breast cancer. She had surgery, recovery, reconstructive surgery. So I think this is your first program back in. So I'm excited for you to commit to this too. All right, you guys have an amazing Saturday. Post all the things, get set up, unless it's, wait, don't get off. I gotta take a picture. Yeah. And I can't fit everybody in. We have so many screens. I'm gonna do my best. So everybody get your smiley face on. Okay, smiley face and cheese. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next page. Some people do miss it. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Bye.